Hi guys. I wanted to send out another video to unpack the last one a little bit more. I do want to get into family karma a little bit because I think that it's really important to have a good and deep understanding of what the root chakra is about and how much it affects our life. It's the foundation of our soul. It's the foundation of where we're moving from. So it's important that we have a strong jumping off point. So first I want to send out a few edits from the last video that I sent out. So the full moon is Monday, not Tuesday. And also I wanted to unpack the moon cycles a little bit more from last time. So the full moon that we had in Pisces was at the end of August, and the new moon that we had in Virgo was 2 weeks ago. So the full moon in Pisces was a sort of soul death. It was a part of our life that needs to change was being highlighted, and what needed to die died. What needed to leave your life left your life. And whether that was a way of life, whether that was a mindset, whether that was a situation, however that's going to land in your life, you know, whatever you're trying to build right now, that's going to be different for all of you. But the energy remains the same. So in the full moon in Pisces was that aspect of ourself that needed to go. And when that happens, remember we said that Pisces was the last zodiac sign. It's the, it marks the end of the physical experience and marks the transition of the spiritual experience. So this part of your life had culminated. This part of your life had taught you everything that it needed to teach you, and then it was time for it to go. So when that happens, it can bring up feelings of grief and loss. It can bring up feelings of sadness and regret. Lots of heavy stuff, right? You know, anyone that's dealt with death knows, or grief in any way knows that that's really heavy stuff to deal with. So it can trigger that inside of you. And when that happens, you know, it can be overwhelming. It can be like a flood, and you get hit out of nowhere. And this new moon in Virgo replanted us, right? So new moons are a dark time of the month, the moon cycle, right? You can't see the moon in the sky, it's dark, and it's about going inward, right? So we were being replanted, and it was really dark, right? And now the light's coming back with this Aries full moon. Now we're going to break ground. Now we're going to see the sun again. But, you know, we're still in that incubation period. We are being molded like clay. And it's that Virgo quality of mutable earth. We're being sculpted from the inside out. And when that is happening, it can be kind of jarring. It can be unsettling. You know, you might feel a little wobbly, and it's normal to have days where you feel really good. It's normal to have days where you feel really low. Your body's just recalibrating. Your soul is recalibrating, and that's okay. You know, you are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. You're in the process. And I just want to throw that out there. Don't get lost in it, because we're almost there. You're almost done on the other side of all of this. So just hang in there. So I wanted to throw that out there. I wanted to clarify the moon phases a little bit and correct the date for the full moon in Aries. So it's Monday. So family karma and why that's so important. It affects our root chakra, and your root chakra is the foundation of your life. It's the foundation of your experience. Wherever you are, your root chakra is with you. It is your shell. It's like the hermit crab. It's your home wherever you are, and that's the root chakra. So it's important because if you are feeling hindered by the things that I mentioned, like self-confidence or, you know, material, physical things, or physical health, if these are things that you're struggling with, then this information is most definitely for you. Issues of feeling safe, like the root chakra is survival. It's food, it's water, it's hygiene, it's sleep. It's love and comfort and affection. You know, these things we need as human beings. And if any one of those things were not met, then it's going to be very difficult for us to plug into the earth the way that we need to. It's going to be difficult for us to plug into earth in a way that is, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, in a springful kind of a way, you know, in that, you know, moving like a deer, like that level of agility and lightness. If you have needs that are lying in there that are not met, like the things that I mentioned, then that's what we need to look at, because you can correct it and you don't have to continue to play that out. And I think that this is the time to do that. I think this is the time to get in there into your roots and look at what's there. So that's why I'm making a big deal about it, because your root chakra is really, really important. And if you're building something new, you want to make sure that the foundation is solid. You know, that's really important, right? So that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about building a solid foundation within yourself and fixing any cracks that are there, and looking at your experience when you were a very young child. So, you know, when you're a young child, you're permeable like a sponge, right? You're very impressionable to the energy around you. You're in a very receptive mode. So any feelings or thoughts that were dominant in your home environment, any behaviors and actions that were dominant in your environment, are going to be what shapes you. Your energy body is like an instrument, and the root chakra is like the chorus of your life. It's like the background beat that you move from. And so when you think of thoughts and feelings and actions and energies, those feelings get trapped into, or not trapped into, but they're used to build your root chakra. That's the way that works. And so if you didn't have your needs met and your root chakra needs to have some work done, then we're going to look at that from that detached viewpoint. Like, if you know that this caretaker had this problem and therefore could not meet this need, and you look at it like that, then you can start to meet your own need, right? Then you can start to feed your own roots. And, you know, because that person may not be capable. And, you know, we're all learning our own lessons, and we're all here, you know, on different levels and in different capacities to learn different things. So, you know, they just might not have it in them to do that, and that's okay. You know, like, that's healing. That's the healing that needs to happen about it. So if you look at your family karma and you're looking at patterns that run through your family, I like to think about it like, you know, before we all come down here, we pull a card and we're like, okay, you know, you get addiction, and you get overachievement, and you get separation, like all these different themes that we can see in our family and we can see in other people's families. It's this pulse that exists, this dynamic that exists, and, you know, you're just playing a role in that, but don't get caught up in it, you know what I mean? And, you know, there's this theory that, or belief, I guess I should say, that you should be loyal to, you know, to the day you die, like, you know, loyal to the bone. But, you know, just make sure that the people that you're loyal to are giving that back, you know, in order to have that healthy root, in order to have that healthy branch. Then make sure that it's going both ways, and that's Libra, right? We're leading into Libra season now, and Libra season is all about it's all about balance, it's all about partnership, and it's all about give and take. And so that's what we're doing with our roots. We're correcting the roots. We're making sure that each one has a very nice give and take, so that when we're moving through life, we are in rhythm with our background beats.